Hey guys, today I wanted to make a video to talk about what I'm hearing Neville Goddard say about manifesting a specific person versus going general. So I've been driving around listening to Neville Goddard, and what he is saying is to visualize having a ring on your finger and then don't worry about how it's going to happen. Just keep on being happy because you feel like you already have it, like it's already real, like it's already come to pass, and you just assume that everything will work out that way. And so what you should be thinking is, isn't this wonderful? Isn't this wonderful? And then feeling like you already have it. Instead of thinking, where is it? I need to write down positive affirmations. Why hasn't it happened yet? Let me study some more. That's not the vibe that you're supposed to be in to actually get that thing. So a lot of people, I think I'm guilty of this as well, study manifestation, but we're not actually applying the principles that we're studying in the right way, or else we would already have that thing. And that's what Neville Goddard says. He says a lot of people study metaphysics, but why don't they have what they want? Because they're not applying it in the right way. And he talks about what he calls the law of assumption, and that is just that you assume that it's going to work out and you don't worry about how. And so you just picture the wedding ring and feel like you already have it, and then you should be thinking, thank you, this is amazing, or picture people telling you congratulations, and stop getting so focused on how. I don't know why people think that Neville Goddard talks about manifesting a specific person, because I have not heard that. I'm hearing it maybe more so for business or for things. I'm hearing him getting really specific, like a guy was trying to manifest his own business, so he pictured his name on the sign. But I don't think that means that you're manifesting a certain person and so you picture your names together on the wedding invitation, because that's not what he said. He said just picture that you already have a ring on your finger and get into that state of saying, thank you, this is so wonderful, this is great. Get into that vibe. And then I also wanted to talk about people who are natural manifestors versus people who study the law of attraction. I recommend that everybody find somebody to kind of study. If you are one of those people that is really mental, and you're not mental like crazy, but you really use your mind a lot, maybe you have an overly active mind, and so you like to study law of attraction, find somebody that is a natural and watch what they do, because they're getting what they want pretty easily and effortlessly and naturally without having to study it. And if you did the same things that they did and had the same mindset, you would also get it. So I think it's sometimes helpful to get your head out of the book, get your head out of Reddit or YouTube videos or whatever your thing is that you use to study, and go and find some real world examples of people who they're not busy studying, they're busy actually doing it. Okay, so example, a girl that I know, she effortlessly manifests relationship and guys without trying, because she has a ton of confidence in herself, and when she's single, she tends to she's very confident, so she can meet people effortlessly, carry on conversations. She knows a lot of people, and so she could, if she did have a boyfriend, I think she could pretty easily replace him, just because people gravitate towards her and people love being around her and love being her friend, because she's kind of just in the moment, just being happy, living in the moment, and she's not so attached to things or people. She kind of has like that zen type of a vibe of somebody who they meditate and they're very centered, and she has a ton of emotional control, and she doesn't worry about petty stuff, and she lets things go because she knows that guys want to pursue women. And so she will train herself to kind of, okay, you meet a guy and then you don't keep thinking about him or obsessing about him or putting him on a pedestal, because he's the one that's going to come back after you and chase you and put you on the pedestal, or, you know, equal. And so she's not going to spend so much energy thinking about one specific guy. She is busy living her life, and then the guy is the one that will obsess and chase after her. And that's what happens over and over. And she, I think her default setting is more so enjoying being single and meeting people and having options. Although she's not opposed to being in a relationship if the guy proves himself and makes her happy. But she's not afraid to drop the guy if he is not acting right. And so everything just works out for her effortlessly without her focusing her energy on it. It's more of a belief system that you actually apply within your life, and then you keep seeing the results over and over, and then it would build your confidence. Whereas in the manifesting community, I see people, they will talk about, yeah, you can manifest this specific person, yada yada. A lot of them manifested a specific person before they really studied law of attraction, just based on their confidence and based on the fact that they chose a person that already really liked them from the beginning. And that's what I did before I knew about law of attraction. I had already manifested a husband and all of that because I chose somebody that immediately knew that I was what they wanted. We were in a relationship after knowing each other for only a week. And so when you start studying this stuff, you try to maybe override the natural order of things by selecting a specific person, but I think that if you didn't know about law of attraction, I think you would select the person that comes after you, the guy that calls you, texts you, sets up dates. That's the person that you would select. And if it wasn't working out, I think that you would just move on and select a different person instead of trying to manifest a specific person when time is the most precious thing that we have in our lives, and we only have a certain amount of time, and there are a lot of fish in the sea, and humans can get lonely. It's just, you know, human nature. And so you've got all these people who are at home alone studying how to manifest a specific person, because that specific person made them happy. What they really want is the feeling of feeling happy. It's not so much about that person. They really just want to be in a happy relationship, but they get this idea that it has to come from this specific person. If they really just lived in the moment and lived based on like their energy, is it making them feel positive or negative? A lot of this focus on this specific person is making them feel really negative. And so I think it's okay to go specific as long as you feel positive about it. Like when you're getting good reinforcement by that other person. So if I have this little flirtation going on with somebody and it seems to be pretty mutual, I could see myself visualizing and scripting them, because at that point it's coming really naturally and it's mutual. But if that person dropped off, then I think at that point it would make me feel uncomfortable to keep visualizing them, because I would feel like I was trying to coerce them. And at that point I would go really general, because there's so many options, and I think it might feel better to just move forward at that point. And I go by how I feel. I go by if I feel positive or negative, because when I look back, that's what's always worked for me. The people where I've gotten in a good relationship, I've always just had a feeling about them. And so that's why I could let it go, because I felt confident that they would prove themselves to me and they would pursue me and they would come after me. And if I let them go and then I was wrong about them and they didn't pursue me, well, then at least I'm not wasting my time. If a guy isn't pursuing you, don't even waste your time wondering why. Just accept it and then move on, because I think that we as women, we deserve to have a guy that acts like a man and is willing to pursue us, a guy that knows what he wants. And I've had good relationships with people like that. And it's only when we get focused on a certain guy that's not acting right, I think that's when we actually lose our attractiveness. I think that when women do that, they stress themselves out and then they actually age themselves a lot more than if they just stopped worrying about the outcome. That's something Neville Goddard also said, was don't be so focused on getting that outcome. So I'll go back to my original point. What he said was just visualize having a ring on your finger. Feel it like it's already there. Like you walk around and you feel it like it's already there. And then just act as if. If you were married to a guy, would you feel confident that he's gonna text you? I mean, I'm sure I would. You know, I've been married. When I'm married to the guy, I know that we're gonna see each other at home. I know he's gonna text me. Like, I'm focused on other things. I'm not running around chasing him. I'm not doing affirmations, trying to manifest him, right? And you want to manifest a good relationship. And when you're in that state of being in a good relationship, you just feel like, wow, this is fabulous. It all worked out. I got what I wanted. This feels really good. I feel really secure. I feel loved. I feel confident. I feel like I can count on this person and I don't have to worry about them showing up. And so I want for you guys to get into that state of thinking. And sometimes we have to maybe just take a break from all of the work of manifesting, because we're keeping ourselves in a state of trying to figure it out, as opposed to the state of knowing that it's already happening, that state of just relaxing. Because when you meet the right person and you feel like that person knows that you're what they want and it's really mutual, you guys should be getting really cozy and comfortable with each other. It shouldn't feel like something that you have to think about all the time that stresses you out. It should just feel really like comforting and just make you feel happy. Okay, and so I want for you guys to feel that vibe, as opposed to the energy that I see a lot of you guys putting out, where, and I'm guilty of it too, because I see people's videos and they're doing certain things and putting out certain energy, and I can see that that's the energy that I was putting out in a certain time in my life, where because of that energy, things weren't working out for me, actually, even though I'm studying it and trying to make it happen. So it really is all about energy. You just have to relax and just enjoy all of the good things and put yourself in that state of already having it. And then just trust that it'll happen and stop trying to figure out how. Because when you try to figure out how, then that's kind of a state of doubt, because you're sitting there like, okay, like I have this desire to be married, and so how is it gonna happen? Is it gonna be this guy? Like, I don't see how, because he's not doing what he needs to do. So how is this gonna happen? Quit asking how. Just stay in that state of already having, and then everything will work out for you. Anyways, hopefully I made my point. Hopefully this makes sense, and hopefully this is helpful. Start being around people who are natural manifestors, and you will see that they have that vibe of not worrying how. They have that confidence, and so naturally they get what they want without having to study it, because they're just applying it. And hopefully this clears up some stuff about Neville Goddard, because I have been listening to him, and so I understand what he's talking about. And I think some of these other people who, you know, they get on the internet and they can say whatever they want, I think some of these people don't understand how it actually works. They just get on here and they sound like an expert, but if they did manifest anything, it was just maybe by doing the right thing at that time, but maybe they don't really understand the actual process, because the way that some people are explaining it, it's just not the way that it actually works. And then the people who are sitting here studying it, we're actually pushing the things further away by being in the state of studying it, versus being in this like confident state of already having it and knowing it's on its way. Anyways, hopefully I made my points here, and I hope this was helpful. Bye.